sense of another one that was there for the team?
Yeah, we gave ourselves a chance, most definitely, in the second half. We just got close, but not close enough. We just didn't take our opportunities, and the opposition did. So, I'm certainly not disheartened by their efforts. Still disappointed with the result, but there's plenty we can work off there.
What about you, Simon? How do you feel that?
Yeah, we definitely had our chances. Got fairly close a couple of times in that second half, but probably shot ourselves in the foot too many times coming out of trouble.
Cursing Davey Cherry Evans a little bit. Ankle tap, Satan turning Mano over.
Yeah, no, he's a quality player.
You just couldn't crack them because you came so close on 4 occasions in the second half.
Yeah, we were coming close, and they were a good side, and they were coming up with some big plays defensively, and we couldn't just quite get there.
What's the situation with Sean and Felipe with their injuries?
Both are only minor, so there's a good chance we could get those guys back this week. But we'll deal with that through the week.
How was Conrad after that game? He took another heavy shot, and obviously he knocked last week.
Yeah, he was fine. He's obviously cleared by our medical team, and I think he was probably a bit more tired there than he was rattled. So yeah, he's fine.
Any issues with the tackle? Looked like sort of no arms, tight tackle.
Look, I think it was probably more of an instinctive thing than any malice or anything in it. I think when Conrad runs at you like that, you probably need to protect yourself.
How disappointing is the result? You were looking for a big performance, obviously, and up against the competition leaders.
Yeah, obviously losing's always disappointing, but I'm still really happy with the players' efforts, and considering the circumstances, we lost Sean overnight essentially, and thought the guys that stepped in did a great job, and we gave ourselves a chance, and they're a high quality team. So if you bounce to the ball, maybe just if we got over the line, maybe things could have been different, but as it turns out, we just fell a bit short tonight.
Were you happy with Chad Townsend, the fact that he pretty much stood up in the place of Sean Lobbing?
Yeah, I was very confident that he would do that. He's been playing pretty good football, and he knew it was his responsibility tonight to steer the team around, but just couldn't quite get there.
Did he struggle with the kicking duties on his own, perhaps?
I don't think it had anything to do with it on his own. I think our last plays probably weren't as good as they've been tonight, most definitely. But we can fix that.
Is Thomas still restricted in his ability to kick the football because of the groin injury?
No, he was fine tonight. We obviously gave that responsibility to Chad because Thomas hasn't had a lot of practice there. So they were the cards we dealt tonight. We weren't good enough, but certainly we're not panicking or anything like that.
Simon, did anyone ask about a try? He almost scored in the first half. Would have been pretty amazing. Ball.
Murray didn't give up on the play, and unfortunately, he probably just touched a bit of pain there before it bounced. So I think that's the story of the day. We're getting close, but couldn't quite get there.
The forward pass call just after half time too. That was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah, you've got to deal with those sorts of things in big games, and we're not certainly using that as an excuse. I thought it was probably a try, but you've got to be more resilient than that. And when they got their opportunities, they took them, and we had more than enough opportunities to win the game there tonight. We just weren't quite good enough.
You concerned about the trend of getting off to a good start and putting it back into the match?
I guess you've got to be ready for that against any team. Manly are obviously a good side. We knew they were going to come back. That's what happens in a game. Possession always and momentum always swings. So it's disappointing that we didn't hold them out when that momentum did go against us. But we hung in there for a fair portion of that game, and we were close.
Simon, how does for the first time since April, does that present a bit of a new mental thing for you guys?
Nope. No, we're fine. We'll go back to work. We're going to be we're consistent with our preparation, so that doesn't come into consideration. We just got to keep plugging away at it.
Simon, how do Manly compare with the other sides you've played this year? You're obviously up the top for a reason.
Yeah, that's right. They're a quality team. And, when they put their players on, they put them on 100%. Run their right lines, right time, and put you under pressure. And I guess on the other hand, defensively, as you saw, they work very hard for each other. So a quality team, but disappointed we didn't take our chances tonight.
And what do you think of Manly-Warringah's David?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. It was difficult circumstances, but I certainly wanted to give him some time. I planned to get him in the game a little bit earlier, but I thought Thomas was doing a pretty good job. So, he'll certainly get more opportunities down the track.
The spectre of Canberra next week, which is, the ground you haven't had a lot of success in, you're going to have to battle hard to keep that out of your players' mind.
Oh, it's something we'll have to acknowledge because you guys will bring it up. So, look, I think we're developed. Our mindset around that sort of stuff is, I think we're a bit more, resilient to that sort of talk now. We know what we have to work on to play well. So, I'm sure we'll get that right this week.
But the competition shows, Andrew, that teams in the top 8 can't rest because you had 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th all beaten this week.
That's right. So, it's a close competition at the NRL. There's games that are obviously decided, just like tonight, on very small margins. So, we're going to have to work hard.
Thanks.